Were you one of those people who maybe underestimated this town?
I was. Again, it's, we've been here for a long time. And there was a real sense of a challenge as to what we needed to do to try to put this team in position to be successful. And there were a number of real table stakes that were difficult at the onset in our original discussions with the city to be able to achieve, not the least of which was a very creative and unique and significant investment in a stadium project. We needed to find a new ownership group. That's not an easy thing to do in a short period of time. We needed to figure out a way to organize all that in partnership with the city, right? And that came together, over the last year. I will say that Alex Fisher really organized this on behalf of the mayor and the city council and the Franklin County and the state in ways that are really remarkable and unprecedented. It deserves a lot of credit.
In a similar vein, how much did what the Save the Crew movement and the supporters, as that rallied together, how much did that kind of change your perspective on what this community could do?
Well, it's interesting. The Save the Crew energy was really less about motivating Major League Soccer to do something differently. It was to try to get the three things that we needed, and not just we need here. Every pro sports team in any league needs to have local ownership to be successful, needs to have a stadium plan, needs to have corporate support. And I think the movement woke everybody up. It woke up the city leaders who spoke eloquently about wanting to have a Major League Soccer team, and got the corporate community to see the value of what that team could be. And it also rallied a whole bunch of people that are on the sidelines that now I think will care a lot more about the club. So my comments were very heartfelt. Without the fans rallying together, I don't think we'd be here today. I don't think we would have seen the energy that could get behind this team at all levels, and I don't think the city leaders would have seen the value of the club, and I certainly don't think the Haslam family or the Edwards family would have seen the value in coming in on a very short period of time and buying the club.
You mentioned it's new stadium, also new ownership. Was the conversation with the Precourt Sports venture always to move to new ownership, or did that come across as you progressed through this last year or so?
Well, it was a very complicated transaction, as you guys could imagine. And we were trying to solve a number of really important issues for the league. And I didn't say it in my comments, and I'll say it here now. From the very beginning, I said in our first comments, no league ever wants to move a club.
Right.
And that we were going to work on a parallel path with the city and with Anthony to find a solution that would work for our league and work for the city of Austin and work for the city of Columbus. And we ended up here today threading a needle in ways that ran the table and got us with a good outcome. Anthony Precourt was not seeing and feeling in the time that he was here the level of support that he believed he needed to be successful. And as you folks all know, the team was not succeeding off the field. So as Taylor mentioned, for me, this is my 20th season. I think it is the experience that was probably the most traumatic, but one that I probably feel the best about. I mean, I am really heartwarmed by the amount of support that came out to keep this team in this market.
We haven't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys can keep going. And
we haven't talked to you since we saw the stadium renderings and the plot of land and all of those things. Where does that kind of rank in your idea of what needs to be?
It's a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
I sort of wish it could have been something we would have been able to think about 10 years ago or 5 years ago, but that's life. Sometimes things come to those who wait and have to go through challenges to try to get to a positive end game. This is going to be an unbelievable stadium, and the fact that the city, the county, the state came together to put the package that they did put together to incentivize the ownership group to see the economic rationality of their decision is another big reason why we're here. We've been looking at the arena district for over 10 years and have never been able to get a path to a stadium there. I also will say that the city is changing dramatically. And I've say this to Alex, and I've said it to him for the last 14 months. I spent a lot of my time traveling around North America dealing with cities that we hope can be part of the MLS footprint and to be part of the soccer movement. And Columbus always pops up as a city on the rise that's got a strong corporate community, that's got lots of people that are moving into the city, that has a character of diversity, and has a lot of boxes that you could check, whether you're an Amazon or whether you're any other company or whether you're Major League Soccer. So the thought of leaving was something that saddened us. The thought that we are now staying with all of the elements that we were looking for has us celebrating.
You're
Commissioner,
familiar.
how important is it to the league to identify why the vein of passion that exists in Columbus went untapped?
It is important. It's a really good question. I think leagues are constantly working to evaluate why you succeed and why you struggle. And if it was an exact science, everybody would succeed. There are so many things that have gone into what got us to the point where this team was seriously contemplating moving. And, hindsight's 2020. We are here today with everything that has been driving this in place, that's driving the success of all of our other clubs. And you think about where we are in a small market like Kansas City that sold out every single game, or a large market like Atlanta that had no history of soccer. It has you feeling that now you have the Haslams partnering with the Edwards, an unbelievable site. You have Alex and the mayor who are all pumped up. You have the media. This is more media coverage this team ever had. And you have fans who are kind of feeling like they've got, some core, personal connection that's beyond that which they even had in the past. We ought to be wildly successful here.